He's got a brutal low end growl on him. It's good that he's using it a lot because it's not something a lot of people do well, so it's good to see. Welcome back and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands, but then you'll be good to go and you'll get alerts as soon as these go live. Now, we're looking at a new suggestion today, a band called Novelists and a song called Immedicable, which means, I believe, incurable or not able to medicate. I just had a funny thought. Imagine we hit play and it was a literal bunch of novelists and just not music at all. Probably wouldn't be so funny. I think it would be hilarious. But anyway, Novelists, Immedicable. Let's see what you got. Okay. Nice typeface. I'm going back and I want to try and explain something because I actually really enjoy it. In hardcore music and particularly within core genres, there's a lot of sequences like this where all the musicians stick directly to a pattern. So in other words, the bassist, the guitarist, the drummer, they're all either playing something or doing something that accents on either the snare drum, a particular hi-hat hit, or the kick drum, right? And even though the guitarist is cycling through a melody, they're all kind of following that dun, 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 down, and what that does is it's like super power. It creates like a lot of power. It feels like it's punching you in the chest. It's super brutal. It's super aggressive. But when they just before they came into that, there's this guitar kind of palm muting, and it like kind of builds up. I like how that stayed and flowed throughout it. I'm not sure if the picking stayed through. I couldn't hear it, but it was a nice start to a song, and I thought it was very cool. It's familiar. I'm smiling because there's a lot of nostalgia with that kind of thing. Yeah, I could hear now that that picking from the beginning is going through, but it's only when the gaps start opening up in the music between the lined up beats they're playing and the vocals, when there's a gap in kind of his vocal melody, that you can hear it. Super aggressive, brutal screams. It's good. It's got a good scream. Did you hear that? When the kick came in there, it sounded like it had a lot more editing or processing, possibly even some distortion on that. It just sounded a lot more powerful, unless that was possibly the bass guitar, something happening there where they've changed an effect. Could be. Listen to the kick now, and then listen when it changes. That's so cool, man. He's just like opened up the drummer. He's gone for that, what was quite kind of like a steady, even though syncopated beat. Now he's opened up his kick work a lot, so he's almost doubled the intensity, but he's still keeping the syncopation. He hasn't changed it completely, so it's more an evolution of the previous rhythm section, if you will, versus something completely new. Yeah, come on now. Do you hear that low end growl? Really good, really good. Sounded like there's a bit of layering on it, but very, very cool. This is one of those songs where you could, if you're into like gymming and stuff, and you put this on, and you'd come out looking like The Rock. So let's get you going songs. Nice lead fills in there as well. I wasn't expecting them to do any singing in that, so that was quite a nice surprise. I like that. The only question I have is how they're going to do that live, because the guy who's singing is the same guy screaming, and there is an enormous amount of overlap within that. And it's not the end of the world always. It's more intrigue, like how they're going to do that versus a negative, because I think they could either just not have the screaming. One of the guitarists could do some of the screaming. Maybe he's not the guy. Maybe his scream isn't suited to studio, but for live he'll do that, or drummer, or anyone else. Yeah, there's a number of ways. It's just interesting to know when they kind of do that thing. His singing was very it was actually a lot lower in the mix than you traditionally would hear. It wasn't kind of the primary, but it was really nice. It was still audible. It was just interesting. I like it. There's that kind of winding, palm muted piece that we heard in the beginning, right in the beginning. It's been so full on that it's so nice to have this welcome break. That's the palm muted piece I was talking about. It's not really palm muted, but nice time change. I will break my legs again to start to make it now. I can find what I have learned. He's got a brutal low end growl on him. It's good that he's using it a lot, because it's not something a lot of people do well, so it's good to see.
Stage now, sounds are flawed in my mind. I just can't close my eyes.
It's got a nice voice. I like those kind of where they've added a lot of kind of spatial effects to the guitar lead piece, and it sounds super spacey. Sounds almost like you're underwater and you're hearing this like ping and radar stuff. It's very cool. I enjoy it. We'll go back because I didn't expect them to dip again in terms of having another softer piece. Normally that's kind of a one-off in songs, and so that piques my interest. And he's got a pretty good voice in terms of someone who can do both. I think yeah, and that's been my notes around the other previous vocals being mixed lower. I think they could have been a little bit louder in that.
I've lost your voice in the distance, yet it's back on the stage now. Sounds are flawed in my mind. I just can't close my eyes. I'm bitter down dry where the scars of your inside of my own chessboard.
Yeah, I like that it ended like that. Or has it? No, it has. Yeah, I like that. I thought the only thing as a guitar, and this is probably just me as a guitarist, the only thing I think you could add to that is in the chorus when they were singing is to break that pattern of the kind of stop start and just let some of the chords ring out. But I think that's a great song, man. I like the name. Novelist is a great name. I like the video. It was a bit like kind of spacey in terms of they kept showing like the galaxy and the universe stuff, but it was mostly performance based and just like a bit arty in how they edited it. I like that. I like the song. Brutal, really brutal. And I think actually they probably one of those bands where it's just even 100 times better seeing them live. So first chance I get, I'm doing that. But yeah, love that. Thought it was really, really good. And amped to see if you guys like it as well. Be good to know what you think. And I will see you in the comments, no doubt. Until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.